Then the second one, invariably I said there are implications of human trafficking. Mention some of them. I know they are.
Of course, there are implications. That is one of them that we've just mentioned. Some people are losing their lives. Apart from losing life, human dignity.
Oh.
Because when you see some of them that have been trafficked out, if you have opportunity of meeting some of them, you will not even pray that you fall in such situation.
Regrets.
In most cases, their living condition over there is nothing to write home about. They just cramps.
They were more better when you were here.
A
better
lot of
off
people
when they are here. Before traveling.
It might just be a
Majority
room or
of them.
somewhere.
Majority
And they are
of them.
using them, you know, to make money.
You don't
They
feel
are
that
not living
successful.
well. They are not staying, even in terms of health, because some of them, they are so scared, they cannot even speak out.
The environment
They
they find
cannot talk
themselves
about
so
the
dirty.
situation that they found themselves. They still keep tolerating the thing. And that human dignity that, okay, I'm here now. I have a job back in my country that I'm doing, but I'm here now prostituting. Because, and we have a lot of underage girls. Because
Some
the
are not pregnant
statistics,
because they are
yes,
raped,
the statistics we have
unwanted
from
babies and all that.
the National Bureau of Statistics, we have it that 55% of those that are being trafficked out are girls. They are young ladies.
Yeah.
And in most cases, what they do is to make them go into commercial sex. For those who are males, it's usually forced labor. If you see some of our people in tobacco farms outside the country,
What they cannot do here.
And working in tobacco farm, you are exposed, even without smoking the M, inhaling the nicotine from the farm, being in that surrounding alone is a whole lot of health hazards. And some of these things, they can't speak out. But that is the fact. That's what they use them for, cheap labor. And because we have increase in migration, you have a lot of our people over there, those that have gone through suffering disease, those that have gone through this, they use them as cheap labor. That is what usually happens. Apart from losing one life, the dignity, they use them for cheap labor. They are not paid what they are worth. For the young girls, some of them, unwanted pregnancies, like you mentioned,
their health is in
unsafe
danger.
abortion, you have them having deformity, one form of deformity or the other, for the rest of their lives. So it's a whole lot of things that we really need to look into. The statistics we are getting is not the best. Fine, they gave us 70% of Nigerians are living below poverty, this and that. But there are a lot of things that we can really do to change the narratives and change the tide, rather than being victims of survivors of human trafficking. And there is government agency, ma'am, the NAPTIC. NAPTIC is there, National Agency for Prohibition of Human Trafficking. Yes, it is a law enforcement agency of the federal government, just like we have NAFDAC for fake drugs, so also we have NAPTIC.
I hope that agency, they really need to do more awareness.
Yes,
they
yes, and people more.
And that's the essence of that agency.
We can also challenge them to do more. We can challenge them to do more. This is the age of social media. This is the age of internet. Even if you Google NAPTIC now, just type NAPTIC in your Google, it will bring out for you all their information, their email, their contact numbers, their Sona offices, addresses, the Lagos, the Benin, the Abuja. You can get in touch, send mails, you know, let them know. If we have some traffickers in my community that I know, I think this man is involved in human trafficking. The way he's doing, it's anonymous. You can usually send message to the mail, give all the necessary details.
Information,
Things will be done. Because I think some of the time, if we don't challenge some of these government agencies, they will not really be up and doing.
And even doing more sensitization, because they are very, very slow in that.
Exactly.
You know, go to radios in different languages in Nigeria to tell them the dangers in this, and they can do that. And you find out that the mothers who have been supporting their children out of ignorance will now learn, oh, this is what this is all about. There's no need for me to, I better see my child here than to die because I want to feel big and all that. Then we'll take a break, we'll come and continue. Vivid view.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. Still discussing curbing the menace of human trafficking. If this act is not encouraged in society, what is the authorities doing to curb the menace?
That's why we said that there is still a lot to be done. Fine, they set up an agency to take care of this. If they have reports, it might not be about just trafficking outside the country, even within the country here. If you know anybody that is doing that, you can always help them to do their job by giving them information, because they really need to work with information, because they cannot be in our various community. It is we as a people in the community that should speak out. In as much as we are indulging those who are involving in this act, then the criminal act will continue. But if we also form the habit of exposing them, then they will know that it's no longer business as usual.
As usual.
People are watching me. People are watching me. If I do this, I'm going to be reported, and the law will take its course. And for government, yes, we think that they really need to do more. Like you said, awareness creation is very, very important. If people do not know, you might not blame them at times, but once they know that these will be the consequences of what I'm pushing my son or my daughter into, they might think twice that, oh, I think I shouldn't let this happen to my child. And for those of us in the media, I know we've been doing a lot, because we've had interactions with some of those who are survivors of these acts, some of them who are victims, whichever way. But we still need to do more. We need to do more by also creating the needed awareness. We let people know what actually obtains out there. We keep educating the people on what to do, on how to, because when they come trying to recruit people, quote unquote, you might not know those who are genuine and those who are doing it for, for their selfish ends. And when you see people telling you that, I'm ready to pay for your visa, I'm ready to pay for, then you need to be at alert, and because that's when you see them coming to you that you have to sign agreement with us, that when you start work, you start paying us, that's when they start taking the blood oath and all the. So we need to keep creating that awareness, informing and educating our people about the hazards of these things. And we hope government will do the needful. Definitely, if we have good leadership, there is no need for our youths to be rushing out there that they are looking for greener pastures. There is nothing they are looking for outside there that government should not provide there. And what is there? Basic infrastructures. Basic infrastructure, 24/7 electricity.
Because even their weather there is not even that favorable.
When people are learning computing, they are learning programming, they are learning software and all these things that we are encouraging our youth to go into, because that is the future of business and everything. What are the supporting things that government is putting in place for them? I think these are what the government needs to be looking at. How do we make life better for our people, that they will not need to be, going out there? They will be ready to stay in their country, build their own business here, and always develop their own country. I think the government really have a lot to do in this particular. But for parents, I think proper home training is very, very important too. Parents have a great role to play in curbing this menace, because if they have discharged their own duty as parents, inculcating the right habits in those children, we still have children that are so disciplined, they will tell you no. Even if they have to travel out, they will go through the legal means. They know that, okay, if I'm going for my further education or something, I process my papers. I know this is what I'm going for. Yeah. And that is why we are talking about good, proper home training. You know, training them on the path of the Lord so that they will not derail. You know, even when you are not there, they will not be swayed by youthful, their peers pressure and some other things. So that parental training is very, very key. Why government is making sure that things work properly, all necessary amenities are put in place.
You see why I still insist that this sensitization should be a key is that they can use radio. Yes. To get to these rural areas. Yes. You know, because sometimes they may not even have light, but some people can use battery at least to listen. So if they make it a continuous something in different languages that we understand, in Hausa, in Igbo, in Yoruba, in Robo, you know, just like that, in Edo language, all those stuff. The message will get to the grassroots. And those are our parents in the grassroots that think that sending their children out will make them feel better. We understand that you're pushing your child to untimely death. Exactly. You understand? So with that, they will understand. But if we don't do that, they don't even know what's happening. All they want is to make money. And I don't want to remain in poverty. They want to die in poverty and all that. That would just be the song they sing without knowing all these implications that we just mentioned. All right, we'll take a break now. Then we'll go to a question and answer. Vivid View. Say and